Today we're showing you 10 features in Notion that are often overlooked. So let's dive right in. At the end of the video, check the link in the description to request access to our free community for current and aspiring project managers. Number 1. Bullet point styles. You've probably seen a bullet point list like this in Notion before with these circular bullets, but did you know that you can change the style of these? Yep, you can actually change the style of your bullet points to this empty circle one, or you can change it to the square bullet point like this. To change the style, you simply click on the 6 dots next to your bullet point list, and you'll see this option here that says List Format, where you can select the one you want. The default option is the disk. You can also select the empty circle or the square. Number 2. Whiteboard. The Whiteboard feature allows you to draw and use lines. This could be handy if you want to show someone a layout, for example. You could draw a diagram of an app or a website. You can also add text with the text box. As you can see, it works like a standard whiteboard, only it's actually a widget. You can go to whiteboard.com, copy the link in the browser, then back over in Notion you type /embed and grab this embed block here and just paste it in the link and click embed link, and that's going to bring up your whiteboard. You can make it bigger or smaller by using this bar here, and then you're ready to get started with your creation. Number 3. Image editor. I've just uploaded this image here, and if I hover over it, we'll see this crop image button. Clicking this will allow you to crop the image to your liking. Another really cool feature is if you click this little button up here, it will allow you to select an aspect ratio, so you can just click right here and then move this around. There's a square option and a circle option. The circle option looks kind of like a profile picture, so let's just crop it in here and click save and you're good to go. This is great if you're doing a company profile or resume. You can save yourself a bit of time generating a circular image like this. Number 4. Calendar view options. You've probably seen the built-in Notion calendar database view, which looks like this, but there are some customization options that most people don't know about. If you click on the 3 dots up here and then select Layout, you'll see a few different options. The first one is that you can show the calendar as a weekly view rather than a monthly view. So if I click on that, this is what it now looks like, and if we once again just click Select Layout, you can also choose to show or not show weekends. So let's switch weekends off and change it back to the monthly view. So that would look like this. Number 5. Hide page icons. If you're familiar with databases, you might have noticed this little page icon before. This is just a to-do list that I've set up, but you can actually switch these off if you'd prefer not to see the icons. To do that, click on the 3 dots here, select Layout, and you can toggle this show page icon off and it will simply get rid of the icons. There is also an option to get rid of the vertical lines on databases. If you switch that off, as you can see, it gets rid of the vertical lines and provides a cleaner look. Number 6. Bulk change icons. You can bulk add an icon to all of the pages within this database by clicking on this button here to select them all. Alternatively, you can highlight only the pages you want to change and click on the 6 dots here. Select icons and pick the one you want. Let's just go with this pin icon here, and that will then add it to all of them all at once, and we could then add, for example, a different one on here. Let's do the same thing and select this check mark. It's easy as that. Number 7. Property descriptions. Here again is that to-do list database that I used in the previous example, and as you can see, I've added a time property into the database. Now, it might not be immediately obvious exactly what you're supposed to put in this box. Is it in minutes or is it hours? What do I mean by time? So another cool Notion feature is that you can actually add descriptions to properties within databases. This is particularly handy if you're sharing your Notion workspace with other people because they can easily understand what's supposed to be inputted into this column. So if we want to add a description for this property, I can click on the column and you'll see this little eye icon appear here. If I hover over there, it says Add Property Description. If I click on it, it's going to allow me to add a description. Let's set the time it takes to complete the task to hours. Once you've added a description, you'll now see this little eye icon appear on the property next to the title, and if you hover over it, you will see the description. This makes it much easier to share databases with others. Number 8. Relation Property View Options. Here's that task database I've been using throughout the video as an example. It lists all my tasks. Now below, I've also set up a project database. I've listed individual projects and their status, and I would now like to connect each of these individual tasks to the project that they belong to. To do that, we can add a relation property by clicking on the plus symbol. We're going to grab this relation property and it's going to ask me to link to a database. I want to link to our projects in the goals database. I'm going to leave the options as they are, and I'm just going to click Add Relation. We now have this new column that is related to our project's database. If I click here, I can now select which project this task belongs to. You can show multiple different properties on this little panel here, which might make it easier to select which project it belongs to. I click on the 3 dots here, and it's now allowing me to show the other properties within our project's database. It might be useful to see the status of the project. If I click that to unhide it, the status of the project is now visible. This could make it easier for me to select which one it's related to because I'm probably not going to have any tasks related to projects that are complete. I'm most likely going to be looking at projects that are in progress. So let's just select this one as an example. Again, a really handy feature that makes using relation properties much easier. Number 9, button colors. I've set up a simple button that will add my morning routine to-do list so I can check this off and delete it once it's complete. I can now change the color of the button to customize it even further. To do that, you click on the 6 dots next to it, select color, and you can change the text color. Let's go with purple here. You can also change the background color if you want. Let's go with a blue background. Note that you can't change the text and background color together. You can do one or the other. Number 10, database's ID property. The ID property has been around for a while and has a lot of really useful applications. This is the project database example I used earlier. These are some different projects that you might be working on. I'll click here to add a new property, and let's scroll down and grab this ID property. This adds a unique ID to every item within your database. This can be really useful if you want to reference something specific within your database. Sometimes things might have similar names, or you might not know exactly which item or which page someone is referring to. You can now just reference the unique ID instead. You can also search via the ID. So if I want number 5, it's going to bring up that one. You can also add prefixes. If we click here and edit the property, you can add a prefix. You might want it to be something like a project, and you can then add that prefix, and now it will look like this. It's completely up to you. You don't have to add one, but you can if you like. This is particularly helpful if you work within a team. You can just say Project 6, for example. And if you add something new to the database, it will automatically add the ID for you. That's it for today. I hope you found something helpful in this video you can start using right away. Check the description below to try out Notion for free. There's also a link to join our free project management community where you'll find a ton of helpful tools and resources. Thanks for watching. See you next time.